I want to show you an up close and slow view of this slip stitch edge that we're going to be connecting our second panel to this panel, and I wanted to show you this edge real close. I didn't go over it close enough in our tutorial. So here is the row of slipped stitches that we left on the panel. So when we go to connect our second panel to our first panel, we want to find each one of those slipped stitches has a hole just underneath the V. So you can see the row of V's, and if I turn it real slow to the side, you can see at the right underneath of every V is a hole. Very easy to see. Those are the holes you're going to go into when it comes time to draw your yarn through. And I have some scrap yarn here, so we'll just do a sample of what that looks like. So when you're first joining your panel to this panel, the very first time you join, you're going to have either 40 stitches or 20 stitches or whatever, however many stitches your panel width is going to be, and it's time to join your first stitch. So you're going to want to find the very last V in this row. So these stitches go this direction, and these stitches on the bottom go that direction. Going that way, going that way. So I want to find the very first stitch in that direction. So you might think it's that V because that's going on that edge, but I think there's one right below it. And if you look real hard, sometimes you kind of have to pull things apart a little bit. I can see this row here, this big loose one right there. That's the last stitch on this edge. I want to find the first stitch on the next edge. So I am kind of looking, and there it is, right there. I'm looking for that V, and I kind of wiggle my needle like there's only one leg, and I want to capture both legs. So I kind of have to go in and find both legs. That's the first slipped stitch. So when we get to that, we're going to pull our yarn through that stitch. We captured it. And then you continue on in the tutorial on how to knit back. So let me show you again. You're going to go into this, find the slipped stitch, the very first slip stitch, and you're going to pull your yarn through. Just like you're knitting, you're going to wrap it and pull the yarn through. That captures that very first stitch. Then you continue with the tutorial, and every row, when you come back down, you're going to catch the next one. So let's pretend we've already knitted back, we've already come back, and we're ready to pick up our next one. Our next one is going to be that first blue stitch. So you're going to go into that, and you'd wrap and bring it through. And then you knit all the way back, and then you're ready for your next join. So you can see where these slip stitches each have a hole right underneath, and that's the one you're going to slip your needle through to make the join. I hope that helps, and I'll have some more tips coming up. Okay, I wanted to have a quick look at the seams between the panels. I've had a couple of people actually show it up close in the last video, so I wanted to show you what the seams look like. So we're going to go in for a close-up, and I will show you what the seams look like, and then we'll also go over again how to pick up along that edge. So you would start here, You work until you get the desired amount of stitches. This is 20 stitches across. So I go until I have 20 stitches on my needle, and then you start joining. See how I have the slip stitch along the bottom edge? That same slip stitch runs all the way down this column's side. So every time we picked up a stitch, I'll show you what the seam looks like. It's very neat. It looks very good on both sides. You can't see any sort of seam like you would if you had to crochet it together. And I'll pull it apart a little bit just so you can really see what's happening. So you can see right there, that little nub is where the seam happens. And it looks very neat. You don't have to do anything special. You just pull it together. You just attach each row as you go, and no going back and having to seam. So it comes out very neat. I'll show you another one on a different color so you can just see the differences. Here's one where a lot of different colors run together, and we'll just pull it apart and let you see it. I'll show you both sides. Very neat. Looks good. There's various ways that you can do seams. I just find I really like this particular seam because it's so invisible. It's not noticeable. It doesn't use up any extra yarn. So it's just a continuation from the row. You connect, you keep going, connect, keep going, connect. So super easy. Makes for a very nice join, and that's how you do the seaming.